Hello and welcome to the Wes-Del Sports Network. We are here in the second inning due to a few technical difficulties, but we are happy to bring you Wes-Del Warrior Baseball. And if you aren't not out here, you have missed an eventful first inning. Yorktown comes to the plate in the top of the first to score 2 runs, a couple of nice doubles down the line. And then Wes-Del comes back in the bottom of the third, and a lot of some station-to-station hitting and some timely walks. And there's a nice long fly ball, and Kenny Drake is able to step over there. That was Luke Diebold that flies out. But the Warriors score 3 of their own in the bottom of the first and take the lead. So just when you thought maybe the 2 runs maybe we'd put our head down and bury ourselves or feel sorry for ourselves. Nope. Good coaching and good coach teams won't do that. They'll fight back just like we did and took a 3-2 lead. And that's where we're at right now. 1 out here in the second inning. We're glad you're with us. If you are joining us, press that subscribe button. That way, whenever we're on, you'll get some feeds, or you can go back and watch it later whenever you get a chance to. But we're happy to be able to bring you as many games as we can. And tonight, the Yorktown Tigers come to town, and we're able to bring it to you. Kenny Drake's going to get another opportunity and makes that one interesting, but he gets there. And he and Tyler having a little bit of a laugh out there. And Tyler's looking for his hat. Please find that hat, Tyler, because you need a haircut. I've been joking with him. He's growing it out. It's like a lot of guys do during baseball season. Jared had worked into the count several batters in the first inning, and so to see him go out right now with a couple of early outs is very much to his favor. Both pitchers really had to work to get themselves out of the inning, and not necessarily bad pitching on Jared's part by any means. He just he had a batter in Jacob Grimm that came up and probably got him to 10, 11, 12 pitches at least in the first inning before doubling. And they weren't bad pitching, and just happened to have to throw a lot of pitches. So let's see if he can get himself out of this with a nice quick inning here. Second one is in the dirt outside. Anson Isaac batting for the Yorktown Tigers. Got a lot of stuff going on as we play this game around us. Jared with a 2-1 count, 2 outs, throws that one right down the inside corner. And gets a strike called from Shane Kinder behind the plate. 2-2 with 2 outs. And almost. Just outside. Jared liked it. Just outside, though, from my vantage point, it looked like it was just a bit outside because in the bottom of the first we had a couple that were out there that were called strike, but that one's a little further out. I'll give Shane's doing a good job behind the plate. And there's one fouled straight back at us. Up here by myself tonight. And by myself, I mean I'm the only one on the mic because there are other people with me. Executive producer, Mr. Romine, keeps everything going here flawlessly. And well, they have no idea what the technical difficulties are, but that one's popped straight up into the infield. Jared's calling it. And that's the difference between high school baseball. Usually the pitcher won't catch that one, but that was right to him. So good job of getting himself out of that inning quickly, and we will be right back with you here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. Wes-Del coming to bat with a 3-2 lead. We're back here after the warm-up pitches and ready to start the bottom half of the second inning. Batted all the way around. I know we weren't able to give you that first inning, but we batted all the way around in that first inning, so that'll bring Grayson Mealy back up. Got called out on a called third strike on just on the outside corner of the plate, but looking to redeem himself this time up. And we'll see if now that he's behind the plate here, see if he's a little more aggressive. That is probably what Grayson right there is probably thinking. That was a strike 3 on me last at bat, but good eye. That one's high. West struggling a little bit with his command here. Early in the game, he was pumping a lot of strikes in there, and now he's seemed to be down, struggling a little bit more. That one's high, so Grayson in 3 balls, no strikes. See if he takes here. Not a lot of wind, but the wind that is blowing in just a little bit, but over to right field, which if you're a left-handed hitter like Grayson, will play into your favor. Gets that ball up at all. And West throws him another one like that. That clearly was the take sign. And that's ball 4. So Grayson Mealy works the count and works himself a walk here at the start. And that'll bring up Ty Freeman, who got on base last inning with a walk. Came all the way around to score the first run of the game for the Warriors. And we got the real Ty Freeman. If you could hear his walk-up music. There's a bunt laid down nicely, played by the pitcher. Over to first, they get the out, but advances the runner, and a little small ball there for you. And if you've watched Wes-Del, they are not afraid to play some small ball, get a guy in scoring position with 1 out, and let the rest of your lineup work for you here, especially at the top of the lineup. So a really nice job of getting that ball down. Nice play by Yorktown. They made the easy play, but no chance of getting Grayson. As soon as the ball was in play, he was well on his way to second. That brings up Kenny Drake, who lifts that one just over, and that's going to be trouble, but nice dropped. It's dropped. Thought he caught it, but falls in right in front of the left fielder, and Grayson not able to advance and smartly stays close to the base. Even if he would have tried to score there, the ball just squirted away from the left fielder. He wouldn't probably got thrown out at third, so good base running. And that will bring up Jared Ladd with 1 out and runners on first and second. Help at his own cause here again. Jared's done a nice job at the plate here. One ball to Jared Ladd here. And that one is taken low for 2-0. Both second and short keeping Grayson on. A little dancing, happy feet over there. Throw behind first baseman and not able to get him there. Three balls, no strikes. And we'll see if Jared takes here. He should, and he does. Didn't even really need to take a strike there. And Yorktown, I don't know what their pitching situation is or their games this week, because with all the rain that people have had, there's a lot of teams that have games coming up and a lot of makeups here and there. So Jared, being the pitcher, is able to come out. So we're going to bring in Cam Vonderschmidt to run for him over at first base with 1 out. And bring up Blake Durr with some Creedence Clearwater Revival. It's 5 straight balls. There's a strike. Bases loaded here for Blake. Last time I talked him right into hitting one right through. We weren't able to bring that to you, but right between first and second, I asked him to do that, and he did. And I cannot prove it because of our technical difficulties, but it'll be on later. You'll be able to go back and watch that first inning if you need to. Inside pitch, and that's a nice pitch. He hasn't gone inside a whole lot, but he does there. We're 2-2 now, so Blake, with bases loaded, like to see him stay aggressive, put this ball in play, and just stays alive there. Two and two, 1 out, bases loaded in the bottom half of the second, and just outside enough that he gets Blake chasing, and that'll bring up the second out. And Cade Banner will come to the plate. Cade Banner with bases loaded here, first baseman. That one's outside. One ball. He calls that one low. So that's 2-0. Still bases loaded. Love to not waste this. And step on third there, hit to the third baseman, Burkholder, and he goes to third and steps on and ends the inning. So what started out as a promising inning ends up with no runs, but after 2 full innings played, it is Wes-Del 3, Yorktown 2. Welcome back to the Wes-Del Sports Network. We're here from Wes-Del, where the Warriors have a 3-2 lead heading into the third inning. Noah Lovell coming up here to start off the inning. And Jared throws him a pitch which is played by Ty, and that's going to be a tough one. And Cade Banner not able to keep it in front of him. That hit the lip of the right before here home plate, I believe, and shot directly up in the air. Blake couldn't get it, and Ty was able to get behind him enough to make the play, but really didn't have a chance. Unless the runner would have fallen down or something, he might have gotten him, but otherwise it was just a high hit ground ball there, I guess. second, and Carter and Ty over there talking about who's going to cover here in this situation if they decide to run. So the leadoff batter gets on base for Yorktown. And Jared starts the second batter of the inning, which is Sean Gibson with a strike. He steps off. Jared from the stretch. And another strike. Curveball on the outside corner. So Jared ahead here to the second batter. No balls, 2 strikes. That's just outside. Jared really would have liked that pitch, but probably the right call, just outside, but a nice pitch by Jared. Tried to get with an 0-2 count, tried to get that guy leaning and swing at a bad pitch, and they're in the dirt, but Grayson keeps it in front. Does a nice job of keeping it right there where he can handle it, and it's a 2-2 count. No outs. And that one's ripped. Oh, just off the glove of Ty Freeman. And, Tyler Summers picks it up in center field, able to keep everybody station to station there. So first and second with no out. Thought Ty might be able to get to that one. It just hit off the end of his glove. He just couldn't get there just enough past him, and he's a little frustrated with himself, I can tell. But no outs. That would have been a tough play and a nice play, and one that I'm sure in his head, he's got his glove off, so I'm sure in his head he's thinking I should have made, but I don't know if it was just a kind of tailing away from him there. I don't think that was that bad of a miss, really. It just got by him quickly, got on him quickly. You hear all the crowd, it's because there is a big crowd everywhere here tonight. There's baseball, softball right next to us, and middle school track behind us. So there are events going on all over the athletic facilities of Wes-Del. And if you have not seen our new track, you need to. 1 ball, no strikes. Swung through is key. Talked about it earlier, but a lot of seniors on Yorktown. A lot of seniors on Wes-Del too, honest. A lot of senior-laden teams here. Step off. 1-1 count. That one's fouled, so Jared ahead in the count, 1-2. No outs. See if he can get himself out of this with a strikeout here and set up the double play. Grayson set up on the outside corner. That's where he throws it, and it throws right through it, and that's exactly what we needed in that situation. Was a nice pitch. Threw it right to the glove. Grayson set up outside. Jared threw it right there, and it was swung through. So the first out of the inning goes as a strikeout. That'll bring up number 15, Grimm, who had about a 10-12 pitch at bat the first inning. And then finally got a nice hit to left field. And there's that same pitch. And they're running, and that's a base hit, and that's going to be trouble. Both runners on the go, and this was probably going to score both all the way out to Tyler Summers. Cut off to keep the runner at second, and that's back-to-back nice hits there by Grimm. He roped that one. No one was catching that. The only thing that stopped that one was the fence, and Tyler got there as quick as he could, but they also had the hit and run on. So the runner from first easily scored on that one. So Yorktown scores 2 here in the top of the third with just 1 out to take a 4-3 lead and a runner on second base. Outside. That one's low. It's a little warm up here. Next year we'll have a new press box is what the rumor is, right? We'll have our own area, I think. Wes-Del Sports Network, ESPN, whatever. We'll share with whoever else. Well, no, we won't. Who we can. They can find their own place. 3-0 here. The runner on second. There's a strike on the inside corner. This is Eppard, who had a nice hit last time up also. Jared steps off. And back to deliver the 3-1 count. That one's fouled off, so he evens the count back up at full here. Let's see if he can get that outside corner again and get another punch out. That would do himself a big favor right here. Full count. That one's inside, tries to get the inside corner and it's fouled off, so stay right where we're at. What I hope stays right where it's at is that wasp. He's down over here in the corner. My only line of defense is Rachel. She's keeping the scorebook up here, scoreboard. And there's ball 4. With the way that Eppard hit that last time he was up, that might not be a bad walk there. Nothing hurt really in that situation. You just set yourself up for a double play. And, I think that's probably what Coach Hanson's talking about. Listen, we're all right. Let's just make the play here. And this might also be on a hot day a chance to let Jared catch his breath, which is exactly what I'm going to do here. And we're going to take a short break on the Wes-Del Sports Network. So after the mound visit, we're back here. 1 out in the top of the third inning, 4-3 Yorktown. Two runs scored here this inning, and that's a rip to left field. Kenny Drake drifts back, makes the play, and we throw back to first is not in time. Which allows the runner to advance to second. I think he didn't think there was any way it was going to get caught, but it was, and so almost picked off back on the double play there, running back to first. So now runners on first and third with 2 outs. Step off. And that one's hit out to Kenny. He drifts over and makes the two-handed catch, and that'll end the inning. But Yorktown scores 2 to take a 1-run lead, 4-3, heading into the bottom of the third. And here we are back in the bottom of the third. One Wasp down and about 12 to go, but we got one of them, or he could get us. Back here, Wes-Del will come to the bottom of the third inning, trailing by 1, 4-3. Yorktown, both times they've scored, have been able to get multiple runs, and it's been the same part of their order that have pushed those runs across. So let's see if Wes-Del can do something here with the middle bottom of their order here. Get some runners on and see what we can do. Maybe manufacture a run or two. And a few more warm-up pitches, and I think Wes-Del will be ready to go here. Standing up now. My watch told me to stand up, which basically means you're lazy, stand up. So tired of my watch telling me what to do. But I did, though. It's basically, how long are you going to sit is what you're watching. They're trying to tell you. One more warm-up pitch, and we'll be ready to go here. Like we mentioned, there's stuff going on all over, so if you came out to Wes-Del tonight and paid your money to get in one of the events, you're going to see a lot of good things for one low price of whatever Mr. Dean's charging now. Yeah, he will be happy to see you at the concession stand, I'm sure, if you do come out. Carter Flynn's going to lead off the inning here for Wes-Del. Took a walk last time up and swings through the first pitch. Keep that front foot in, step out a little bit with that one. It was a good pitch to hit, just wasn't able to time it up. So early 0-1 count, and the second pitch is in for swinging strike number 2. That one's low. Carter holds off. Works that to a 1-ball, 2-strike count. And swings through to strike 3. So first batter for Wes-Del goes down and a strikeout. That'll bring up Tyler Summers, number 8 hole hitter. First pitch to Tyler is outside. Does a nice job of holding off. second pitch on the way. That's on the inside corner for a strike. So Wes starting to settle in a little bit here on this, at least these last couple batters. Good eye there by Tyler. 2 balls and 1 strike. Should be a aggressive bat by Tyler, and that one's inside. And now he's really worked himself to a hitter's count. Find one you like here, Tyler, and drive it somewhere. And he did. He had a nice cut. And a 3-2 count here. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, and Tyler stays alive with that one. That ball stayed in the, yeah, it's stuck. It's stuck up here in the top of the, yep. They just wanted to make sure the umpire knew it was stuck up there, and then he jokingly, Shane says, the umpire, home plate umpire says, I want to see you jump up there and get it. Tyler hits another one, keeps that one foul, and that one get out of play. Just keeps the ball here, or I'm sorry, keeps the count here 3-2. 1 out. Won't have that problem next year with the new netting going up. Inside and high, and that was a nice at bat there by Tyler Summers. Bring up Brady Burden with 1 out. See what Cool Breeze has up his sleeve here. Getting some signs down there from Coach Hansen, the number 9 hitter. He'd love to get that guy to second base. Trying to see where everybody's placed. I wouldn't be surprised to see him square away right here, and he does, and he misses it. So now you've kind of showed your card here. If you don't get it down on the first pitch, they kind of know what's coming. And that moves the third baseman in quite a bit from where he was playing last at bat, or last pitch, I'm sorry. So here's, let's see if he tries it again. This time he does and gets it down, and that's going to get the job done. And played well by the catcher there, but Brady Burton, sacrifice bunts, does his job and allows the runner to get to second base in Tyler Summers, which will put him in scoring position. So Grayson Mealy can put this ball in play. With 2 outs, you know he's going to be going with contact, so that should be able to get a runner in. So let's see if Grayson can advance this runner with 2 outs. First pitch, outside, well outside. That was just on the corner. Swings through the second pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes, so now you got to protect that outside corner is where they seem to be going against him. Grayson here, trying to get him to watch it, and they're going. That's where they're going again. At least that's where the catcher's set up. And he does, and nothing doing this time for Grayson. 2-2, 2 outs, runner on second. Way outside. So you can see where they're trying to go against Grayson. I guess apparently in their eyes, the scouting report says go outside here because that's what they've done for about 4 straight pitches. 3-2. That's hit. covered and just there in time as the pitcher to cover the base. And so that ends the third inning. Wes-Del strands a runner, and the game stays at a 4-3 lead for Yorktown. We'll be right back with you to bring you the fourth inning right after this break. Welcome back to the Wes-Del Sports Network. If you haven't hit subscribe, please do that for us. We are close. I don't know where we're at, but we're close to 1,000. Some of you people that are out of town watching or in town and you haven't subscribed, help us out and hit subscribe on your button. Right now we're going to go to the top of the fourth inning. Yorktown clinging to a 4-3 lead. Jared Ladd throws that one inside to number 11, Burkholder. Second pitch on the way, and that one's taken just high. Two-0 to start this inning. Hit down to shortstop and not able to get there in time. That was deep in the hole there with Ty Freeman. Kept in front of him there on the one hop was Cade Banner. So Yorktown gets a leadoff single. That'll bring up number 12, Anson Isaacs for Yorktown. Runner on first, no outs. Yorktown up 4-3. Put the ball down and put it in play. And there's a bunt. Underhanded to Cade and covered. Jared Ladd gets the job done and gets the out, but that does advance the runner, so a little small ball on Yorktown's side there and able to do the job, which will now lead to Noah Lovell coming up with a runner on second and one out. Really a pretty well-played game tonight. I mean, there's been a few times where the pitchers have gotten themselves in and out of trouble, but that's baseball, and for the most part, both teams doing a good job. Gunshots over at the they are throwing executive producer Mr. Romine and myself off a little bit here with the gunshot sounds coming from behind us. "30 years of coaching and a gunshot behind you doesn't make you feel real comfortable." Yeah, or being an English teacher and the year's almost over. First two pitches out of the zone, so it's 2-0. Jerry pumps that one right down the middle, and that's taken as a strike. 2-1, 1 out. And Rayson's going out to talk to Jared. There may be some miscommunication going on sign-wise, and so I think they're trying to get on the same page here. Both of them looking over at the dugout, so there might be some. You can't. You have an earpiece now that you can wear as the catcher, and getting those signals in from the dugout, and I don't think he could hear it right there, and I think they got it fixed. So good timeout there. Get on the same page. That's hit down third and foul. Just foul. Evens the count up 2-2. Jared's going to see which one of these two he likes better. 2-2, 1 out. Lovell still in the box here with a 2-2 count, 1 out. Pitch from Jared Ladd, and that one's outside. So it takes the count full. Full count here to number 20, Noah Lovell. Runner on second. And works a walk here after a nice at-bat and patient at-bat there by Lovell. So that'll bring up number 5. That's Sean Gibson with 1 out. The runners on first and second. Both teams seems like they've had their pitchers have been in trouble multiple times to only have a 4-3 game right here. Not that it's been bad pitching. I'm just saying multiple runners on base for whatever reason. But have done a nice job of getting themselves out of it. So let's see if Jerry can do that again. 1 ball, no strikes. Fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. One ball, 2 strikes. Of course, the sectional draw came out early. Baseball and softball come out earliest of all the class sports to give you their sectional draws. That allows both those teams, individual sports, to line up their pitching. That one's just outside. Two. That's fouled off. So Gibson able to foul that one off and keep it at a 2-2 count. Two, 1 out. Runners on first and second. Wind up in the pitch is low. Full count. see if if Yorktown decides to put the runners in motion here with the 3-2 count. Step off. Jared's thinking the same thing. And it's a walk. The bases are loaded. Go back to the sectional. Sectional draw was the other Sunday, I guess it was. And Wes-Del drew Anderson Prep, and then they will play the winner of Southern Wells Liberty Christian on the bottom half of the bracket. The top half of the bracket was Daleville versus Cowan right off the bat there. Tri-Central got the only bye in our sectional, and they will await the winner of that Daleville-Cowan game. So even though Wes-Del has to play an extra game on the bottom, did not get that bye like Tri-Central. I would say a nice draw, favorable draw for Wes-Del on paper at least, but you don't play the games on paper. So interesting, though, just to see that this early, and allows coaches obviously time to kind of look ahead, plan ahead with all the rainouts and all the things that happen in baseball. It's always nice to see that. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Great block there by Grayson Neely to keep that ball in front of him, or that's a run. And that one's hit down the line. That's back, way back. And that's a grand slam, folks. And that is gone. Grand slam. And a nice turn on a pitch. So Jace Key with a nice hit right over the 325 mark in left field opens this game up. And now it's an 8-5 game for Yorktown. And so Jared's going to have to bear in to Jacob Grimm. The top of the lineup has really done a nice job here of Yorktown of really putting the ball in play. And when they have, they've driven it. So Jared's going to have to dig in, and that play's over. It's on to the next pitch. And that one's ripped. Luckily, that one's foul. And that might, and it did. It hit the Daleville. Whoever's bus that is out there. Charles E. Beard Memorial bus just got drilled. And that one's a strike, 2-2. That's low, full count. And that one's popped up and out of play. That was a home run in the phone booth right there, straight up. Three-two. Grimm keeps that one alive. That one probably ended up over in the softball field. So 3 foul balls in a row here. Hit off the end of the bat. Tossed over to Cade Banner and gets the out. A lot of loud foul balls there that end up into a tap back to the pitcher. And Jared fields his own position, tosses it over to Cade Banner and gets the out, which brings up Eppard, who has had a nice game tonight also. And that's 2 outs with that ground out back to Jared, and that first pitch swinging. And Carter Flynn's going out. Brady coming in. Brady will make the catch and does. And that'll end the inning. But not after Yorktown, with bases loaded, gets a home run from Key to make it an 8-3 game heading to the bottom of the 4th inning. Fourth inning, and the Wes-Del half of the inning will bring up Ty Freeman to start the inning here. When you're down 5, you can't get it back in one swing. So the key is to get some guys on base, and that'll do it. That'll be a nice start. Ty, aggressive early in the count, gets himself a single. He couldn't have rolled that one out there any better, and it gets through third baseman and the shortstop and gets himself on first base with one pitch. Brings up Kenny Drake. Again, just got to kind of stack up these hits, walks, whatever you can do to get base runners. And again, you don't really have to get it all back here in one inning. You just get a little bit here and there and then play defense and hold them. That's outside. Kenny Drake, a member of the state winning esports team, am I correct? Mr. Romine and other back-to-back state champions. I'm up here with the back-to-back state champion, folks. Mr. Romine and all his great coaching led his team to another state championship. Kenny Drake, a member of that. Several of the guys here. We've got Cam Gleason, Grayson Mealy. Like we said, Kenny Drake, Reese Berry. Who am I missing? Trey Adams. Yeah, Trey Adams. Golfer, Trey Adams. Golfer extraordinaire. That one's fouled back. So 2-2 count for Kenny. Had a hard time getting his gloves on today with 2 state championship rings on, but he did. He was able to do it. Well, the second one's not here yet, but outside 3-2. That's a little base knock and right to center field. Calls him out on the exchange. He did drop it, but it was on the exchange. So Kenny drives it, but it's right at the center fielder. Jared Ladd will come up with a 1 out. Timeout for Jared Ladd. take a little break. I think he wanted more of a song, but pulled there a little quickly by Rachel. 1 out. Runner on first still. Throw behind, and he's safe. That was closer than you might think. Tide does a nice job of reading it and getting back. First base coach, Zach Todd, talking him through it over there. Pitch was a ball, so it's 1-0. Jared, a nice hit, and played off the bounce and read really well by Ty Freeman. Didn't feel like he had to hold up at all and gets himself to second. So here you are, first and second, with Blake Durr coming up. And again, just get base runners, just knock into this lead a little bit. We're going to take Jared out, let him get in the dugout and cool off a little bit. Cam Bonnerschmidt come in to run for him again. Cam brought his lucky oven mitt, it looks like, to put on. Gets his instructions over there from Coach Todd. 1 out. Make sure you don't run yourself out of a situation here on a line drive or a pop fly. Curveball misses inside. Fouled off. 1-1. 1 out. Runners on first and second. Inside again. That's turned down the line. That is going to be foul, but caught by the left fielder. I didn't mention, but Yorktown is now pitching number 7, which is Brody Foltz. 2 outs, runners still on first and second. And Wes-Del would love to get at least one of those in, not strain both guys out there. Cade Banner is going to come to the plate. Turns on that one. Center fielder gets under it, makes the play, and that's the inning. So Wes-Del gets 2 runners on early in the inning, but unable to get them across. Yorktown leads heading into the 5th inning, 8-3. Here we are back to start the 5th inning. Wes-Del trailing 8-3 to Yorktown. It's been a close game, most of it until broken open last inning with a grand slam. I believe it was Jace Key hit the grand slam. So Wes-Del definitely and desperately needs to get themselves out of this inning with no runs given up. Limbrock is the batter here for Yorktown. First pitch was fouled off for strike one. Second pitch on the way, and that's strike two. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. To the leadoff hitter, Jade Limbrock. That one's hit out to center field. Tyler Summers settles underneath and makes the catch for 1 out. Drifted a little further than I thought it was going to off the bat there, but just under it enough for Tyler Summers to drift over and make the catch for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up number 19, Luke DeBold. That one's popped up. Out of play. Pretty good crowd here tonight. Of course, not a very long drive for our friends from Yorktown over across the road there. And this short drive here to get here, and it's such a nice night. That one's popped up into short. And a nice play by Carter Flynn because he went a long way. I think he was hoping and waiting to hear Brady call him off, but Brady was played pretty deep himself and couldn't get there. So Carter sticks the glove out and makes a nice athletic play for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Burkholder, the batter with 2 outs here in the top half of the 5th inning. That one just inside. Brush him off the plate a little bit. That one's outside. So both sides of the plate here. So with 2 outs, third batter rips that one into left field. Kenny takes a terrible bounce and bounces just to the left of him. Hits something out there. And I'm not sure they would have got him anyway, but it took a terrible bounce and bounced away from Kenny Drake. Had to run back to the opposite way he was going, pick the ball up, get it back in. So double for, I think that was Burkholder. Yeah. So Anson Isaac, number 12, will come up to the plate with a runner on second and 2 outs. Jared back to the stretch and pitches that one just outside. All kinds of stuff going on out here. Announcements everywhere. Two and 0. And that one's thrown past Isaacs for the first strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Runner on second with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th, and that one's hit right to Ty. Bobbles it just a little, and he has to just keep it in front of him instead of taking a chance of throwing it away. Says my bad to Jared. Throws it back in. So now runners on first and second. Or I'm sorry, first and third. He advances on the play. First and third with 2 outs. And Noah Lovell will come to the plate. Number 20. Step off. There's a strike right down the middle to start off. level with a ball right down the middle. That one is high and outside. Two balls, one strike. Level steps out of the box, back in, ready for the 2-1 pitch. It's on the way, and it is inside. 3 balls and a strike. Step off to get the runner and make sure he's not going on this pitch. A look over to first. 3-1 pitch is on the way. That's a strike on the outside corner. To even it up, 3-2. So now runners are going to go on contact here. Just as soon Jared just strike him out. A pause and the pitch. And he does. And he ends the inning, so no damage done, but the score remains 8-3. Wes-Del coming up in the bottom of the 5th. So here we are at the Wes-Del half of the 5th inning with Carter Flynn coming up to the plate. Wes-Del needs to try to get some runs here. You don't want to lead yourself into the later innings and trying to have a whole bunch of runs to pick up. Pick up 1 or 2 here or there. Get yourself back into this game, and that will start right now with a nice at bat by Carter Flynn, and he takes the first pitch for a ball. Second pitch on the way, and that one is inside for ball 2. Third pitch is low for a 3-0 count to the second baseman, Carter Flynn. Made a nice catch in the top half of this inning. And that one is fouled back over to the softball field. 3-1. Now 3-2. Check swing, but still called a strike. And that one is hit right down the line, and there's a nice hit. Carter turns, makes a hard turn, and first base coach Zach Todd keeps him back at first base, and the right call. So a nice leadoff single there by Carter Flynn. That'll bring up Tyler Summers. Runner on first base, Carter Flynn with good speed. What you can't do, though, is run yourself into an out at this point. So he's got to be aggressive, but we also have to make sure we get these runs in here, whittle away at this lead. 2-0. Tyler Summers with a nice job of keeping that count right in his favor and not chasing anything outside the zone. That one's by, and that's going to send Carter to second base on the first pass ball of the game. Not sure the catcher could do much with that one. I'd probably put that one down as a wild pitch. So 3-0 count. Again, you just want to get runners on base at this point. And that's ball 4 inside and high. So first 2 runners aboard with a single and now a walk will bring up Brady Burden. And let's see what Brady did last time. He sacrificed bunt to move the runners and advance everyone. See if he follows in that same route. That's a strike. Getting the signs down there from Coach Hansen again. Let's see what they do here. Runners, both first and third, are playing way back. So if he can get this down, and he says he went. Throw down the second's not in time. Carter gets back. Now you got 2 strikes. Now you can still advance these runners by making it tough on them. We put the ball in play, get a fielder's choice, something along those lines. That's a strike 3 called. So out of trouble right there is Foltz, getting himself out of a little bit of a jam there. But not quite out of the jam with 1 out. Grayson Mealy comes up at bat. And that's a rip, and that's going to get 1 in for sure. And there comes Summers. Maybe going to send Summers in. That was Carter on the first one, and Tyler Summers scores easily on a nice double by Grayson Mealy out to right center field, and no one was going to catch that one. It was just over the second baseman's head on a line drive, and by just, I mean probably about 7 feet over his head, but nice line drive out to the fence, and Grayson rolls into second base with a 2 RBI double. And again, we just want to whittle away, chip away, and like they just did, 8-5. Ty Freeman up to the plate here with 1 out and a runner on second. Sloppy goes in to run at second base. Give Grayson a little bit of a break. Sawyer running in at second base for him now. One ball, one strike, one out. 8-5, 2 runs in here in the bottom half of the fifth. And that one's going to be poked through the hole, and we'll see what coach does. Going to tell him to sit right here at third, and so Sawyer puts on the brakes. And, boy, Ty wanted to advance there. Didn't, but really wanted to. So first and third now with one out. And Kenny Drake up. One out. See if Kenny can bring in at least one here. Even a sac fly will bring in one. Nice pitch on the outside corner for strike one. Kenny pops that one up. And the second baseman makes the play. So the second out of the inning, Kenny Drake pops out, and obviously not far enough to advance anyone. So that'll bring up Jared Ladd with runners on first and third at 2 outs. Let's see if Jared's got the eye of the tiger here. As his walk-up song is played. That's outside. Track meet's over. As you can, we don't have to duck through the gunshots anymore over here. Track meet is done. Softball still going on next to us. That's high for ball 2. Two outs, so Ty will be moving on contact, obviously, over there at first. Thinking about it, he's got a great lead, so don't want to run yourself out of an inning, though. 3-0 count. And that's ball 4, so now bases are loaded for Blake Durr. Blake could really help out the Warriors right here with a nice hit. Anything into the is going to score 2 here. Anything in the gaps are going to score 2 because everybody's going to be moving on contact. It's going to be a timeout here. Yorktown wants to talk about it, so take a little break here and have a meeting on the mound. And we'll take a short break here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. Here we are back, and it is Blake Durr with bases loaded and 2 outs. After the meeting on the mound, that one's fouled off on the first pitch. Aggressive batting there by Blake, and just fouled it off. Saw a pitch he liked, wanted to drive it, and it just caught the end of the bat there. And that one's hit. Is it high? It's caught barely off, picked up off the ground by the left fielder. He almost waited a little bit too long, but he is able to make the catch. But Wes-Del scores 2 on a Grayson Mealy double to shorten that up to an 8-5 lead, and hopefully can get themselves out of an inning here with no runs and get themselves back up to the plate with a chance to cut into this even more. We'll take a short break here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. We're back here at the start of the 6th inning, and Wes-Del has a new pitcher on the mound. It'll be Tyler Summers, number 6. Junior Tyler here in an 8-5 game with Yorktown leading. And number 5, Sean Gibson up the plate. And Tyler's first pitch is just inside. Tyler's definitely got the velocity. It's just been a control issue with him from time to time, but when he is throwing strikes, he is very capable. And that's a nice pitch, and that one's ripped down the line to Kenny Drake. Will play out in left field and get it back in, and a leadoff single. And back to Jace Key, who has had a nice night tonight, swinging the bat. So runner on first. And Tyler almost forgot just about went to the windup there again, and now steps off and gathers himself, and he'll get himself in the stretch. And his first pitch here to Jace Key. And his first pitch is just high and inside. Runner on first. Look over from Summers. And the 1-0 pitch on the way. Just outside. So 2-0. Two-0 pitch on the way is low and kept in front by Grayson Mealy. So 3-0. These nights for catchers are pretty hot, and that home plate umpire too. Shane's got to do it both innings. 3-0 pitch is popped up and called by Jared Ladd, and he takes it. Lost his hat, but didn't lose his headband, and he's good to go. And got the first out of the inning. You can hear him calling it from here, and that's good communication. A 3-0 pitch had the green light. I guess after you hit a grand slam, you probably have the green light on the 3-0 pitch. 1 out. Runners on the way. Throw down is not quite in time. Stolen base for Gibson on the throw down. Just shorts our runner at second with Grimm at bat in a 1-0 count. Here's a strike. Curveball falls in on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one's fouled off the third base line, and Tyler's ahead here in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Look back to second. Pitch is on the way, and says no on the check. That was close. Good job there to keep it in front of you by Grayson and tag. So that makes it 2-2 on the check swing. Had him fooled, had him way out in front of it. He just held up just enough. And that one's ripped down the line. And that is going to fall foul. A lot of action down that left field line tonight. A lot of people down that way, too. Don't see anybody diving or trying to get any of those foul balls. But it did come back in play already. 2-2 here, 1 out. Tyler Summers battling back here against Jacob Grimm, who's had a nice day at the plate also. Tyler can fool him here, and that's inside. So full count. Runner on second, 1 out. That's turned on. Heading back is Kenny Drake right at the fence, makes the play. Tag up, and on the ball is overthrown on the cutoff, and Tyler Summers runs over and picks it up. The runner advances to third with 2 outs, so allowed out there. It does advance the runner to third, and that'll bring up Landon Eppard with 2 outs and a runner on third base. Runner on third. Tyler looks over twice, brings the first pitch, and that's going to sneak right through there and get in a run. Not a terrible pitch, just one of those that they hit it where we weren't. So they're able to get a run in to make it 9-5. So those 2 runs we got in the bottom of the 5th, they just cut that in half with one of those runs right back. And Eppard stands on first base with 2 outs. I got some scissors if you want to make those pants into shorts. From the knees, Grayson Mealy not able to get him. And they are running on Tyler with a little bit longer stride. Just not much of a chance for Grayson to get either one of those guys. They're being aggressive here, trying to tack on a few runs here in the top of the 6th inning. Tyler on the 1-0 count. That's inside. 2-0. Limbrock, the batter here. Two 0 count. Summers comes set. Step off. Well, looks like I wouldn't be surprised to see him throw behind here. Runners going, and that was popped up. That's hit straight away. All the way back is Carter, and it hits the fence and scores a run. So a ball hit about at the 365 mark. It's hit about 364 because it just didn't go out and over the head of, I believe that's Carter Flynn in center field now, and not able to make the catch. So another run scores on the double. Limbrock gets a double and an RBI, so both those runs now Yorktown's favor. It's 10-5 with 2 outs. All this damage being done with 2 outs. Summers comes set. Throws that one just low. Luke Diebold is up, and Summers would like to get himself out of this inning with just the 2 runs. Long pause and a pitch, and that's high and inside. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 outs. Keep checking the Pacer game here. It's already started for us, so Pacers are up 33-24 early in the game. Is that what it is? Well, I can watch it on the national channel, but not on Bally's anymore, I guess. That went right after the game the other night. It went out. As soon as that game was over, they flashed that up there. You will no longer get Bally's. Okay. Is that what it is? You got to get DirecTV? Well, I know there's no Reds games, no, which I don't really care, but I do watch them from time to time. There's a walk. If they're playing the Cardinals, I'll watch. Yes, I think I could, but I don't. Thankfully, I've saved my money the last 2 years we've been playing. There'll be a pinch runner come in. Looks like that might be Tyler All pinch running over there. I can't see. I think it's 22. Tyler All. So first and second with 2 outs. There's a pop fly out to Carter. Starts backwards. Now he's got to come in hard and makes the play to end the inning, but not after the Yorktown Tigers are able to get those 2 runs back. So we will head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Wes-Del down 10-5. Back for the bottom of the sixth inning, and be Cade Banner leading off for the Warriors. Foltz stays in to pitch for hits Cade Banner, so it's a foul ball. Second pitch on the way is outside and low. 1-1. That's hit to short. Cade running hard down the line. Play from short is picked off at first, and it's an out. That'll bring up now center fielder Carter Flynn, number 10, with one out here in the sixth inning. Warriors are running out of outs. They need to get a run here or there, and by here or there, they need probably a couple. Bottom of the lineup here needs to get through, and that's a nice rip there by Carter Flynn, right up the middle for a single with one out. Right past the pitcher and right through the middle. Tyler Summers will come up, number 8 hitter for Wes-Del. See if Tyler can get himself on base and stack a couple runners up here, get back to the top of the lineup. Still just one out. Runner on first is Carter Flynn. And the swing and a miss a little late on that cut. Plus Tyler, I don't think he had made up his mind what he wanted to do there. And swung a little late on that one. That one's popped up. Carter's halfway. Nobody's covering first, so he's in good shape. And back, so out pop fly to the center fielder for 2 outs, and that'll bring up Brady Burden, the 9-hole hitter, with 2 outs. And still Carter Flynn stuck at first base. Brady swings through that one, outside of his bat just a little bit. Had a nice cut, just wasn't able to make the connection here. 1 strike with 2 outs and a runner on first. And that's strike 2, a little late on that one. 0-2 with 2 outs. Warriors down 10-5 here in the 6th. And that's just inside. And we need a cool breeze out here. It's hot enough. Give us something here, cool breeze. That's high and inside. Now it's a 2-2 count. Still runner on first, 2-2, 2 outs. Pitch is on the way and swung through, and that'll end the inning. So after 6 full innings, it's Yorktown 10, Wes-Del 5. Here we are for the top of the seventh inning, and in to pitch is Cam Vonderschmidt for the Warriors. First pitch from Cam is in for a strike. Reed Turner in to bat is a sophomore. That one is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch on the way from Vonderschmidt is just low. 2 balls, 1 strike in the top of the seventh inning. Wes-Del trailing 5-10 here. That one's high and inside, brushing back off the plate, and 3-1 count here to Turner. Three-one pitch is on the way, and that one's high and inside, and that'll be a walk to the leadoff hitter, Turner. And that'll bring up number 20, Noah Lovell. So runner on first now. Freshman on the mound. Vonderschmidt getting some good experience here. Graduating a lot of guys, and these younger guys are going to have to play next year and play a lot and be a big part of what we're doing. So it's a great chance to come into a game against a good team and get some great experience. Second pitch is on the way, and that one is low. 2 balls, no strikes. Two 0 pitch is on the way, and that's inside and low. 3-0. That one is back to the backstop, and a little advance. Grayson grabs it, and runner stops at second. And Cam's showing a little bit of that. He's getting better at it, but he's a freshman, and moments get big right now, so he has to understand. Take a deep breath, slow your body, slow your heart rate down. Trust your catcher back there. Throw to the mitt. All those little cliches that we say are all kind of true here. And you just got to slow the game down. Been playing it for a long time, so just let the game come to you. And there's a nice pitch, and exactly what he did. Just let the game come to you a little bit. Sean Gibson's the batter with runners on first and second with no out here in the top of the seventh. Second pitch is on the way, and that one's in there on the inside corner for a strike. So Bondi is ahead here with the 0-2 count, and take advantage of that. And that must have been just low or outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Runners are on the way, and that one's popped up. And make the catch, and it's high enough that the runners are going to come back. They called that infield fly rule because Ty Freeman drops the ball, but the infield fly rule is called. So that's an out on the batter. Otherwise, Ty could have picked it up and thrown to third and got the advance runner there. But immediately called infield fly rule. Runners on first, second, or first, second, third with less than 2 outs. And a pop fly in the infield is a infield fly rule, and the batter is out. So there's the first out of the inning. That one's thrown high to Jace Key. Second pitch inside. 2-0. This probably won't be one of our longer wrap-ups when this game is over. I'm going to have to get out of here, or Mr. Romine is going to melt away in this corner. So. And there's a fly ball hit to the gap, and that's, again, another nice hit. And on their horse, here comes one run in to score. First, now runners at second and third with one out and a run in. 11-5 now, Yorktown. Jacob Grimm now will come to the plate. The 1, 2, and 3 hitters for Yorktown have done some damage tonight. One out. That one's ripped down the third baseline. I think we've said that a few times today. One ball, no strikes, one out. Second and third. And that's ripped out to the same spot. This time Tyler Summers gets out underneath it, tagging at third and tagging at second, but not able to make the play. So both runners will advance. A run scores on the sacrifice fly. And that makes it 12-5 here in the 7th inning with 2 outs now. Tyler Summers covered a lot of ground to go get that ball, but hung up long enough and was deep enough that both runners were able to advance. It's a foul ball. First pitch was a strike, foul ball. That one fouled back, and I jumped. I don't know why, because I could see the fence right in front of me. I think, well, human nature right there, but I ducked out of the way. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a runner on third. 0-2 pitches on the way. And that's strike 3 called. And that'll end the inning. But after Yorktown scores 2 to make it 12-5, heading into the bottom of the 7th. So here we go to the bottom of the seventh. Yorktown trailing 12-5. Grayson Mealy, top of the order at bat. It was just a little low. Foltz still on the mound for Yorktown. Outside, 2-0. Grayson steps in, looks at that one's outside again, just off the plate. 3-0. That one's outside. So first base runner, Grayson Mealy gets on base. And that'll bring up Ty Freeman. At this point, we'll probably just leave Grayson in to run. That one's high. Body language from Foltz makes me think he didn't like the strike zone there. That's high and inside. And there's a strike. That one's inside. It's 3-1. Well, obviously what you need is here is base runners. We need as many of those as we can and then start driving them in. And that's ball 4. So first two guys reach, which will bring up Kenny Drake. With no outs, runners on first and second. See what Kenny has here for us. He shows bunt and pulls back. One ball, no strikes. And that one's called a strike. 1-1. Showing bunt on the first two. I have a feeling that was more of just trying to throw them off. And that one is caught right along the fence for an out. So I wasn't able to see that quite as well as I would have liked to, but caught right there along the fence, the dugout. And nevertheless, it was a foul ball, but it was caught for an out. So that'll be the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Jared Ladd with one out. Runners still on first and second. Jared takes the first pitch and drives it foul. And that one ends up over in the softball field. It's funny, softballs don't end up over here that often. Every once in a while, but not that often. Second pitch on the way. That's hit. Dead ball. So now bases are loaded, and that's going to call for a timeout. And as the Yorktown infield comes in, the pitching coach and or manager wants to come out and talk to him for just a second. So we'll take a short break here with one out. In the seventh inning, Wes-Del trailing 12-5 to Yorktown on the Wes-Del Sports Network. So after the timeout here, they leave Foltz in to battle against Blake Durr. Takes the first pitch, strike on the outside corner. Bases loaded, 1 out. And that one's hit over to shortstop, but they no play at second. Go across the diamond. At this point, you'll trade runs for outs if you're Yorktown, and they do that. They take the fielder's choice and get the run or in from Grayson Mealy, scoring from third. The other runners advance, so now it's second and third. Blake Durr thrown out at first base. I'll bring up Cade Banner with 2 outs here. Yorktown does hold them there to just the 1 run, and it's 12-6. That's hit the other way, right at the first baseman. He'll step on first, and that's the ball game, with Wes-Del falling 12-6 to Yorktown. Well played game by both teams. Some very timely hitting by the Yorktown Tigers, and they are able to take tonight's game 12-6. Thank you for joining us here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. We hope that you can join us next time for all the sporting actions that we can bring you. Spring is a little different. We try to get you as much as we can, but please join us and check and subscribe, and you'll get those notifications when the next one's popping up. Until then, thank you for watching Wes-Del Baseball on the Wes-Del Sports Network.